What is up, guys? My name is Ebenezer Frimpong and welcome back to the channel. Now, before this video even gets started, there's something I have to clarify. So my thumbnail is meant to grab your attention, but the girl in my thumbnail, her name is Ari. Ari is not a complete failure because failure is an event, not a person. So Ari, if you ever come across this video, no, I'm not saying you're a failure. We're going to talk about the event that was a failure, but you as a person, you are not a failure. You're 18 years old with 2.6 million followers. That's not an easy feat to accomplish for someone at any age. So congratulations on that. Now, what is today's video about? Well, today's video is about something I came across on my Twitter timeline on May 27th. So I was scrolling on Twitter and I came across a post, and I'm going to put it right here, talking about a influencer by the name of Ari who has 2.6 million followers who is not able to sell 36 shirts. Now, with 2.6 million followers, she should have sold a ton of shirts. Now, Twitter had a lot of different theories as why she wasn't able to sell 36 shirts. People are saying she bought her followers, bought likes, a bunch of other things, and that's why I'm making this video, because I have my own theories and we're gonna go ahead and dissect this entire situation together and come up with our own conclusion. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the intro and let's get started. All right, so now let's actually start from the beginning. So on May 27th, Ari, the Instagram influencer, posted this picture and this very, very long caption on her Instagram. Now, I didn't see this post on Instagram because I don't follow her. I didn't even know who she was before this. I saw this tweet on Twitter. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and read her post for you because it's really long and she's actually already deleted it from Instagram. But I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. So what she said was, "Hi, it breaks my heart to have to write this post. As y'all know, I released my brand. I poured my heart into this drop for my photo shoot. I flew out a photographer and a makeup artist," and then she thanks them, the makeup artist and the photographer. "I planned weeks ahead and was lucky enough to gather some friends who modeled for me. Shout out to y'all too. I rented out a huge photo studio for the day so I could take as many shots and video promo shots as I could. Huge thank you to my BFF for literally coming home early to come and help me on this. But unfortunately, the company that I'm working with goes based on your first drop sales. In order for them to order and make my products, even to keep working with them, I have to sell at least 36 pieces. In order for them to order and make my products, even to keep working with them, I have to sell at least 36 units. Knowing I've become super irrelevant, I already knew it was going to be hard. But I was getting such good feedback that people loved it and were going to buy it. No one has kept their words, so now the company won't be able to send out the orders to people who actually bought shit. And it breaks my heart. Don't worry, you'll get a refund to everyone who bought. I sent out PR packages to friends, but I didn't get any feedback from them, which I can understand. People are busy and I don't expect to be their number one priority. Aside from that, the people I thought who would really support me really didn't, nor did they share any of my posts. All I asked for. It sounds bitchy, but like, no shade to anyone. I've supported everyone's music or whatever they've asked for my support on, and I couldn't even get it in return. But it's okay because I just see this as a setback and a wake-up call to work harder for what I want and to never give up. This isn't the end of my brand. This is just a minor setback, and I'll take this time to make my brand even better for y'all. Thank you to those who have supported. I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart." So let's go ahead and actually dissect that. So basically, she has 2.6 million followers. She created a clothing brand, spent a lot of money during the entire process. She hired a makeup artist. She rented out a space. She hired a photographer. So obviously it seems like she spent a lot of money on this clothing brand. And when she released the clothing brand, the company that she's working with, whether that's the printer, I'm thinking it's the printer or manufacturer, whatever, They said for us to keep working with you, on your release date, you need to sell at least 36 units. And she wasn't able to do that with 2.6 million followers. So when I first saw that, I read it multiple times over and over again, and I just kept saying in my head, 2.6 million followers, 36 units. Statistically, that's kind of impossible. Now, we're going to go ahead and run through her numbers real quick, but everyone on Twitter immediately assumed that the only reason that she has 2.6 million followers who didn't buy is because they're all bot followers, they're all fake followers. She faked her engagement, she faked everything to get up to the top, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I don't think she bought her followers, and that's another thing that we're going to take a look at. So let's go ahead and actually hop into my MacBook here and look at some numbers, right? So let's go ahead and let me share my screen real quickly. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, awesome. So you guys can see my screen. So she has 2.6 million followers, right? And she had to sell 36 units. So that's really, let's do divide. Oops. There we go. So 36 units, 2.6 million people. She had to sell less than 1%, much less than 1% of her followers. And she couldn't sell 36 units. So my thing is either that's not true and she did sell more, she did sell 36 units, but I don't know. Why would anyone lie and say they couldn't sell 36 units? One, that's embarrassing for an influencer. But statistically, this shouldn't have happened. So let's go ahead and take a look at her engagement rate, right? So her engagement rate using Flanks is 2.3%. So out of the 2.6 million followers, 2.3% of them are actively following her content, commenting, and liking. So that's 61,000 likes, 884 likes, right? 61,884 likes. So let's just round up and say 62,000 people are her active audience. 62,000 people are the people that should. 62,000 people are the people who are actively engaged with her content. So then let's go back to that chart and let's do this. Instead of 2.6 million, let's do 62,000, right? Instead of her trying to sell 36 units to 2.6 million, she's really trying to sell 36 units to 62,000 people, because those are the amount of people who are actively engaged with her content. So let's do the math again. Divide B2, yep. So again, that's still less than 1% of her followers. So now let's go ahead and take a look to see if her followers are fake. And we're going to use Social Blade to do that. So right here in Social Blade, this is her account. And she actually has 2.8 followers now. So let's go down. And right here, total Instagram followers for Ari. Now, what does this graph represent? If someone buys followers, what you're going to see is huge spikes up and down this chart. So let's start here. So this is September. Wait, nope. Yeah. So right here, this is August 31st, 2015. She has 183,000 followers. And as you guys can see, it's steady growth since then, right? There's not huge spikes or anything like that. So personally, I don't think she bought her followers, right? And according to this graph, she didn't. Because when you buy followers, huge spikes is what you're going to see. Huge spikes, right? Because on the day that you buy your followers, it's going to go from, let's say, right here where she has 1.6 million. The next day, it would be, 2 million. It would be a huge jump. Right? And you would be able to see that here on this graph. But that's not what her graph looks like. So I highly, highly doubt that she bought her followers. So I'm going to rule that out. I think she actually has 2.6 million people organically followed her. She didn't buy followers. Maybe she did some shout outs. And even that, you can't really tell in here, but she grew the right way. She didn't fake it. Now, let's take a look at her Instagram as well. So this is her Instagram, and this is the type of content that she posts. Let's take a look at this. Beach nights, very short caption. Let's go here. Again, short caption. Yeah, pre-prom. Again, yeah, she's really young. Let's do. Yeah, okay, so her Instagram, there's nothing faked about her Instagram followers or likes or anything like that. But let's go back to the chart and let's guesstimate how much she actually should have sold. And let's figure out what went wrong. So she has 62,000 active followers. That's according to her engagement. She has 62,000 followers who are always engaging with her content. A 2.3% engagement rate. That's not bad. Cool. That's 2% around the average. So out of that 62,000 people who are actively engaging with her content, at a conversion rate of 2%, at a 2% conversion rate, she should have sold. Let's do this. And this time I'm actually going to do, let's do equals, multiply. Okay. So at a 2% conversion rate with 62,000 active followers, she should have sold 1,240 units, right? At just a 2% conversion rate. 1,240 units. Let's actually do this. Let's do this. Let's bring this down here. And let's change this to 2.6 million. Let's say just 2.6. Let's do. All right. Ooh, that's 26. Okay. So even at 2.6 million, if she was able to convert 2% out of the entire 2.6 million audience, she still sold 52,000 units. And there's a bunch of other influencers doing these similar numbers, right? So what went wrong? Why couldn't she sell 36 units? Really, what happened to her is really an anomaly, right? It just shouldn't be happening. It's very, very rare. Now, I think what went wrong after going through her Instagram and reading a bunch of different articles like this one here on BuzzFeed, I think what really went wrong is a lack of promotion and a lack of understanding her audience. So again, quickly, let's look at her Instagram. This is the type of content she posts, the type of outfits she wears, but then look what she tried to sell to her audience. It was a very bland, actually, let's go here. It's actually going to be right here. If I could get this to open. But it's just that gray shirt that she's wearing. Let's go down here and see if we can find it, because I know I saw it earlier. There it is. This one right here. So, this is the type of content that she normally posts. And this is what she was trying to sell to her audience. A gray Era hoodie. I don't even know what the brand is, but this is the brand she created, and this was what she was trying to sell to her audience, even though she's essentially nurtured her audience for years with this type of content, colorful content, actual cut and sewn pieces. Cut and sewn pieces just means it's not regular t-shirts or just sweaters or anything like that. It was actually cut and sewn. So like dresses, things of that nature is what she constantly puts on her Instagram, but then try to sell this to her audience. Now, let's actually look at the other things she was trying to sell as well. So this picture isn't blurry on my end. That's just the screenshot. It's actually just blurry. But this was her brand. This is what she was trying to pass off to her audience, right? So it's a case of her really not understanding her audience at all. And I've read other articles that also said that she only posted about her brand 3 times. And in those 3 times that she actually posted about her brand, she wasn't wearing any of it. So let's go back again, right? This is her Instagram page. Well, actually, we could just go to her real Instagram account. Every single picture is her in it, right? In different clothes or whatever it may be, right? But when it came time to promote her brand, she didn't post anything wearing her brand or flaunting it around like she does in these other content, that she posts on her Instagram. So that's also another problem. Now, she did say this is going to be a huge learning lesson for her. Good. Hopefully she learns from that and learns to understand her audience much better. Now, another thing that I also want to talk about is if you're building an audience that you want to later sell to, you need to build a connection with that audience. Don't just post content, especially on Instagram. If you're building a brand on Instagram, don't just post content and leave. You need to interact through your stories, you need to interact through captions, interact any way you can. And when it comes time to sell to that audience, you need to realize they're going to be buying not just based off the content you're posting, but based off the connection that you've built with them. You also only want to sell products related to the content that you're posting, as well. So she obviously didn't do that here. Hopefully she does learn from it. But one of the things that also came across is that this young girl, with this happening to her, a lot of brands are no longer going to do influencer shoutouts. That's not true. Influencer shoutouts still work, but for her personally, it may affect how much she can charge for these influencer posts, because now it's worldwide news that you couldn't sell 36 units. So why will a brand pay you $5,000 for a post when you couldn't even sell 36 units? You know what I mean? But at the same time, the brands that are hiring her to do influencer posts are going to research, and they're going to only sell products that already relate to her audience. The brands that are going to be partnering with her are going to understand her audience much more than she understands them. So this most likely won't happen to a brand that decides to work with her. So that's really the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and most definitely subscribe. Now, Ari, if you ever end up watching this video, if you ever come across this video, my contact information is down below. My social media links are down below. Hit me up and let's re-strategize and try this again, and I'm willing to help you out. So that's it, guys. I'll see you next time.
Feel the pain in a nigga voice. Say a line and get that pussy moist. All this cash on me, she don't got a choice. Tell the judge, fuck him when I go to court. Million got me in